What's up, YouTube? It's Chef Michelle's Life Plus 8, and welcome back to another video. I'm just making this video, guys, to give you an update on my eviction journey. If you guys follow me, you guys already know that I have a court date coming up in June, and it's going to be the final court date. I've been going to court since, I would say, 2023. For eviction and other things as well. If y'all want to see my eviction journey, just go to the Eviction Journey playlist on my YouTube channel, and you'll see all the videos that I've made pertaining to what I'm going through. But I'm just giving you guys an update on what's happening. I made a video 2 weeks ago, basically explaining everything, and so I'm still on the hunt. I'm still on the hunt to find a place to stay. And if anybody has ever gone through a situation like this, you know that it's not easy to find a place to stay. In my situation, it makes it more difficult because, the amount of kids that I have, and just a whole lot of stuff. But at the same time, I've heard stories from individuals that are single that have a difficult time. For example, there's a lady that I know, she was living in the States. By the way, I live in Canada, but I'm born and raised in the States, born in Atlanta, Georgia. But anyway, I knew a lady that was coming from the States to Canada, and she's a single female, and she gave me her story of how it was very hard to find a place, how landlords are now asking for so much information. And to be honest with you, I put myself in a landlord's shoe. I understand. Now they want you to have a excellent credit score. They want you to make like 3-4 times the rent. They want you to have great references, just a whole lot of stuff. So like I say, it's understandable, because if I was a landlord, I think I would probably do the same thing as well. But, you know, like I say, it's not easy finding a place. I use market. I always get a tongue twister with saying this. I use Facebook Marketplace, guys, to search for a house. And I've been searching since 2023. Now, I will tell you that I was going really hard in 2023 trying to find a place. That's the year that the landlord actually told me to go. And I was going like, really, really hard trying to find a place. I mean, I literally was looking at a different house like twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And each time, like, I got rejected, so it wasn't easy. But for a whole month or two straight, I was like looking at houses, to a point where I kind of gave up, because it gets very exhausting, especially when you keep getting rejected, right? And so I kind of laid low for a bit, picked it back up again, still the same thing. So my Facebook Marketplace, the message section, guys, like when you look at a house on Facebook Marketplace and you speak to the landlord through text and things like that, when I tell y'all, it's so full to where I was getting confused. Like, did I already talk to this landlord? I have to make sure when I see the house, I have to go to my messages, and if I see where there was a conversation, then I'll tell myself, okay, I've already talked to this landlord. That's how confusing and crazy it got. That's how many landlords that I spoke to. It was like too much. So yeah, I picked it back up again the end of 2023, and still no success. 2024, I gave it a shot. Still no success, guys. And now we're 2025, and I'm still trying to search. So, like I say, it's not easy, but I'm still going to have faith in God, that God is going to make a way for me and my family. Um, you know, that's it. That's all. That's the only thing you could do in a situation like this. You have to have faith. And it's crazy, because I know I'm not the only one out there struggling, guys, because besides Facebook Marketplace, I also check with Kijiji, which is an old school searching site, guys. So something told me to check Kijiji. And when I check Kijiji, guys, I see people out there, single parents, and single individuals, now making ads. Now, if this is something new, I don't know about it. Or if it's something old, I didn't know about it. But I actually see people making ads advocating for themselves, guys, on Kijiji, basically saying, hey, I'm a single mother, I have 2 kids, I have great references, I could give both first and last month's rent, because here in Canada, they want first and last month's rent. I don't know how it is in the States because I haven't lived there in a very long time, but people are making ads for themselves, guys, just to try and find a place. And I even see single people as well making ads. Like this one guy was like, hey, I'm a single male, no pets, da da da. So it's not easy for no group of person, single parents, single individuals, male, females, people with disabilities. It doesn't matter. It's a struggle for everybody. And I just want to make this video to encourage the individuals out there searching, just to let you not guys know to keep going. Just like me, I have to tell myself this every single day, to keep going. I'm a true believer that God is very faithful no matter what the situation look like. It may look like I'll never find a place, because I literally been searching since 2023, but I believe that if I continue to have faith, one day he's going to open the doors. So, this video is to encourage that person out there, or persons out there searching, to keep going. God's going to make a way. I'm also a believer that when your heart means well, of course, God knows all of our heart. When your heart means well, he's going to look out for you. A lot of times when doors aren't opening, when you want them to open, it's a reason for that. And that's how I got to look at my situation. Yeah, it's been a few years of searching, and now my court date is coming up. It's like time is ticking. And to be honest, I really don't want to go to my court date. I would prefer to find a home so that I could avoid going to court, because that's what the landlord, my current landlord, wants right now, right? He wants me out of his home. And like him and I've had conversations before. I've already explained to him that it's not easy. He's understanding, but at the same time, he needs his place. But yeah, if you guys follow me, y'all know that I've been trying to fight it. And like I said, if y'all want to watch the different videos that I've posted on my channel talking about my eviction journey, y'all could just, look at the eviction journey playlist that I have on my channel. But yeah, that's the update. Still out here searching. I looked for a place. I looked at a place this past Thursday. And yeah, I don't really know how that's going to go. A lot of times, to be honest with y'all, when I go and I do a viewing of houses, I like to go in person to talk to the landlord, because I feel like I could explain my situation better in person instead of explaining my situation through text. Because a lot of times when I explain my situation through text, they just ghost. They just ghost, guys. Like as soon as I tell them my situation is like ghosting, they don't want to talk after that. So when I actually go and look at a place, I feel like I could get better results that way. In the past, I will let y'all know, like, I've had, this is not my first time having a private landlord. I've lived in housing once and I didn't like it because it was like in a very bad area. Excuse me, very bad area. And I mean, I cannot live in housing, guys. So I always like to find a private landlord first. So like I say, this is not my first time living in like a private landlord's home. This is actually my second time. Yeah, I had to think about it, because I'm like, yeah, so this is my second home with a private landlord. And so the first time how I found a home, this was like back in I want to say 2017 or 2016. I think it was 2017. Me and my family were living in a shelter due to a situation. And I was steady searching for a place while I was in the shelter. And because I was so persistent, I was only in that shelter for like a month. I told myself I'm not going to live in this shelter for 6 months to a year, because there's people that live in the shelter for that long, and I just wasn't going to do it. So I was very persistent. At the time, back in 2017, Kijiji was really popular. I checked Kijiji, and I got ghosted and I got denied multiple times, just like now. Getting denied and ghosted. I got denied a lot, but I kept looking, and finally I got a yes from the current landlord home that I'm living in right now. And so, I think that gives me motivation, that situation. And I also found a second home that I was living in, not through Kijiji, but I went through a realtor. Now, I just thought of this on my own, and this was back in like, I forget the year, but because these things were so long ago. But I found another home through a realtor, and basically the realtor, took my information and advocated for me through a bunch of different landlords. Like, I remember this realtor was like, oh, I got like 10 landlords that I have to talk to about your situation, and we're just going to see who says yes. Out of the 10, only one said yes. And I never forget, he was a really nice, chill Arabic guy. Very understanding situation. He didn't care about my family size. At the time, I had, I think, 4 or 5 kids. He didn't care about that. I took care of his home. I never had an issue with this landlord. He was so chill. If anything went wrong with the house, I, called him up. He came and he dealt with the situation. But I end up having to leave that home because that particular home had a water sewer issue. Water sewer started coming up from the kitchen sink, and well, it started from the basement and then it started upstairs in the toilets and the kitchen sink, and it was just crazy. So it flooded the downstairs, and we had to literally evacuate the place. The place was deemed unlivable. We couldn't live there, of course, so that's how I ended up losing that particular home. But yeah, guys, anyway, like I say, I could yap all day long about this eviction thing. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to keep looking. That's the update. I'm still searching, guys. But I know God's going to make a way. And if you're going through the same situation, I know God's going to make a way for you guys as well. Anyway, I'll see y'all in the next video. Y'all leave in the comments below and let me know what y'all think. Any advice, y'all leave in the comments below. Bye, guys.